This guy, man. Hello, everybody. You know, there's some people God puts in your life. You just have to love them. You just have to love them.
Well, exactly. You have no choice. Oh, choices. You have no choice. Choices. I get it. Hey, welcome to another Warriors United show.
Yes.
Monday,
yes.
7:30.
Yes.
We're here. You're here.
And what we're gonna do?
So happy.
We're gonna share. We're gonna share. We're gonna subscribe. We're gonna like. We're gonna like. Push the button.
we gotta get them up there. You know what? Yep. First of all, we want to say thank you again to everybody who comes and watches us. You might not be on right now, but if you're watching later on, we appreciate it. But we really need you to spread the word that there's 3 really cool brothers talking stuff that you want to talk about, and you can talk back to us. Yes, we can. We need you to subscribe. We need you to forward that Facebook out to your friends and family and all those people. Help us out. We want to get to 1,000 people. When you talk, make sure you talk back to us in a nice way. Yes, be nice. We're nice. Be nice. Well, guys, come on. Tell me, what do you do this weekend? I know somebody had special weekends with Simon. I'm going to go to you first. Simon, what do you do this weekend? No. Happy birthday to him. Happy birthday to him. Happy birthday, my brother. Happy birthday to... It was his birthday on Friday. Thanks, woo! Thanks, 25. 25 it was his weekend. It was a great weekend. Family, friends, surprised me. It was really good. Yeah, it really surprised me. No one called me up. And no one called me. Simon. No one called me, Simon, to come down and surprise you. No one. Yes. No, nobody called you. No, but no. Well, it took me 35 minutes. It'd probably take you like 3 hours. No, it couldn't do it because you know why? Same day as Mark. It's my lovely wife's birthday. That's right. Yes, that's right. Exactly. That I made her some food. I said, "What do you want? Do you want to go? Why do you want me to cook?" She said, "Why don't you cook me some steak?" I said, "You got it." Made her some steak, some lobster, her favorites. All good. And I can't be remiss. I would really love for them. My goddaughter. You're gonna have to tell me. My granddaughter's birthday was on the same day as Mark's. That's right. 12 years old. Samara. Pass it on to her, mommy, unless she's watching. But happy birthday, young lady. Thank goodness. A lot of birthdays that day. The 3 birthdays that people that we know. Wow. April is the month, man. The month that everybody was fruitful and they multiplied. April Fools must have really tricked some people. Yeah, because my son's birthday was the 2nd of April too. So it was Simon's birthday the 2nd of April. And my son's birthday came on the 18th. So And my daughter's birthday is the 21st. Yeah. The month that everybody was fruitful and they multiplied. Anyway, really? Yeah, okay. Wait a minute. April, May, June, July. Wait, no, wrong way. It is 3 months. April, May, June. Oh, wow. People were busy in June and July. That's what it was. Well, I don't know. A lot of people were busy in November too. So people were busy in June and July. If April's the month, they were busy in June and July. No, actually, my sister is on now November the 4th. My other sister, she's November the 14th. Rachel is not the 19th. Simone is the 11th, and I'm the 26th. So that means people were busy. Everybody's birthdays. So people were busy in March for you. They're just crossing over, man. People had choices. Shall we not? Well, that's a good segue in tonight's show. Tonight, we're going to be talking about choices. I mean, we were saying earlier, as soon as you wake up, you're making a choice. Each one of us make choices, whether it's going to be good or whether it's going to be bad. So tonight, we want you to help us engage in this excellent conversation on choices. But I got to give a thought. I know she's down here, but this is her first time. And this is my sister in England, My sister in England.
From the Great Pond.
Yes, Maria, I love you. Thank you. You told me you were going to come on and you did. Love you.
Wow. That's big. Because 5 hours, they're 5 hours ahead, right? So really, it is midnight there. Right?
So is it Maria or is it Maria? Like you said, which one is it?
Now, this is what you keep messing with my family, man. We're going to have.
You know, there's a little bit of a British twang in there. So I was wondering how you say it right, you know.
Hey, Maria.
Welcome, Maria. Welcome.
No, sorry. Hey, Maria. How you doing?
Hey, Maria. I'll say Maria.
Anyway,
hello, Maria.
So let's talk about these choices we made. So, did you have a choice to become the pastor of the church?
Yes, that's my question.
So let's broaden that question, right? Let's not just make pastor. Let's broaden it to ministry.
All right, the ministry.
Do we have choices to do ministry? And I believe that I had a choice, but no choice when it comes to me being called, right? I have a choice, but no choice. Why? Because the guy calling you is God. And if you are called by God, you can't tell God no. You can, but that ain't going to end up good for you. You can't. Hey, God, I'm busy. You're going to get time for it later.
I'm sorry, man. Something he just did over here. I just had to laugh. I'm sorry. We'll get back to you on that one. But you're right. You have to listen. You have to listen to what God says, because that's the ultimate decision maker for our lives. Because if you choose not to listen to God, then you're making a big mistake right there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we think we're doing what God. A lot of times I think we think God is asking or telling us to do something, and a lot of times it's just ourselves. And you know when it's of God, when it's not a mess. When it is a mess, then you realize that it is or was not part of God's perfect plan.
Because becoming a it's not like the king and queens of England where it's passed down and they gotta take it because of their line of whatever. So the majority, they take it, 99.5, they take it. But like you said, if you hear from God, but does everybody hear from God though? Dang. I'm gonna be the next.
But is everybody? I think we talked about this a little bit. I don't think everybody hears from God. I don't think everybody gets that call. But I think people make the call themselves and just do it. But that's a choice they make, right? So is ministry a choice? Ministry is 100% a choice. Ministry is 100% a choice. And when I say ministry, I'm talking about servitude, right? I'm not talking about being called. Let's just talk about ministry now. Servitude. That's 100% a choice, because you can come to church, sit in that pew every Sunday, never do anything other than come to church, sit in that pew, and you might be just fine. I don't know. That's up to God. But we are called, or we are asked to do more than just sit in the pew.
True.
So you have a choice to really volunteer and be in service for God or not. But I think a lot of people make the choice not to. And I don't know.
Got me. Yes, you got me. Yeah. That make the choice not to. Yeah. That's why you have I'm just using a rare number, 60 deacon and deaconesses in the church, but 10 work.
10 work. Only 10.
Servitude. Servitude. It's and you know, Mark and I hear this every Sunday morning from Mother Corbin and Mother Green. And dear Mother Corbin, she always go, I can't believe and not understand why people don't come to church just to hear the word.
And she's 91 years old.
She's 91 and she's fighting.
Oh yes.
She's fighting. But I'm not saying everyone, I mean, that's her. I mean, the way it is. I mean, we're not saying everyone's supposed to have that attitude.
Right.
But to serve, I mean, why is it so difficult to serve?
Because it's a choice, right?
That's their choice.
It's the choice.
Some people, their choice is just to come to church to be entertained, Some have that choice. I want to be involved. And some have that choice. I'm gonna get my quick fix and I'm gone. They made their mind up when they came to that particular place of worship, what they're going to do when they get there.
That's a great point you just point out. People sometimes have made up minds when they enter the sanctuary. Like, this is what I'm going to do. Not let me see where the Spirit takes me. This is what I'm going to do. And it's crazy because I have seen it where, and it's back in the day, maybe not as much now, but remember when we used to have department Sundays? We still do. Men's Day, Women's Day, youth, right?
Right.
On Women's Day, all the women would get up and be having a good time. The youth are sitting there watching.
Yeah.
On the youth Sunday, the youth are having a good time. The men and women are watching. On Men's Sunday, the men are trying to have a good time, and everybody else
watching.
Right.
It was a phenomenon that only so you had to imagine this where it was okay. Nobody's Sunday, everybody would get into it, but it was almost like you were waiting to see what that group was going to do on their Sunday.
Well, that was like good rivalry. Remember, it was like a challenge or something like that. Even 2 years ago at Convocation, they were trying to put out that gauntlet. The challenge is, oh no, women's night's going to be the best. No. Men's night's going to be the best.
Okay. So I started that. So don't.
Yes, you did. Okay. I mean, at least I remember.
Years ago. I forget if it was when Bishop Paul Brown was bishop. When Bishop Paul Brown was president, or if it was been me when I was president. But we had a men's night where the men's choir went off.
They did.
Woo!
Yes.
That was a Sunday. And the women, I think that's when the women went first. Did women used to go first, or the men went first? Who went first?
The women went first.
Women went first. The women had their choir. They blew it out.
Yes.
But when we went, man, that year we tore it up. Then the youth came on, but when I got up, I said, "You ain't know we're gonna beat us this year." Oh my God. That started this thing every year. We would meet. Actually, it's funny because me and my family would go, "Who had the best night?" I think our choir did better than everybody else.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah, we did the same thing. But it was good banter. It was good just to see, and just for him to come back and what it's going to be Convocation. I mean, because most times that happened at Convocation. That's going to be in Baltimore this year. So
right.
Yes,
right.
So hopefully each organization or men, women, they have something. I don't know, challenge or let's do this or do what. Because I remember when we went down to Carolina or Virginia or whatever, the bowling competitions and all that stuff that we used to have. And we won't even talk about basketball because that's banned now. So we can't do that no more. Yeah, you was. Yes, you was. But other people were.
Pastor Green, I felt so bad. That was the day, the first 2 minutes of the basketball tournament. Pastor Green, the time he wasn't pastor, he was elder, but he tore his ACL. And I'm like, oh my God.
But he had a choice whether to play or not. He knew his capabilities, bro. He knew.
I don't think he knew he was going to tear his ACL.
No, but sometimes when your 60-year-old mind tells you.
But I'm glad.
But he just said something I thought was important because people have that choice and that mindset. Am I going to go to Convocation or I'm not going to go to Convocation?
Yes.
So they look at, the financial aspect of it. They look at who the speakers are. They look at a whole dynamic of stuff to make that choice. But then you have those who are like, you know what? I don't care who's going to be there. I don't care much. I'm just going to go because they have that desire.
Or they just want the fellowship.
They want the fellowship. Thank you.
Yeah.
But you got that choice right there, because a lot of times you do, like with me, unfortunately, with my job situation, I can't be at Convocation like I want to be. That's not a choice. That's not a choice. However, I was able to get one day off. But that's not a choice. But if you can be there, you should be there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You got those who want to be there, but they can't be there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that gets me, because then when you come to a place like that, just anything when it comes to the house of God or worship, give it 100%.
But that's how time has changed so fast. Time has changed so fast because some people really, like he said, want to be there, but work, finances. Because I'm not going and saying back in the day because that doesn't count no more because people get upset when we say that. But it's just different decades now. It's just so different.
I can draw into that, but we have a question. We don't want my brother to think that we're ignoring the questions. Let's hit it off. So Brother Francis is saying some people's disposition may not be good serving others. This is what we're talking about ministry. What do you think? So what do you guys think? Disposition?
Yeah, because not everybody can be an usher, or not everybody can be security. Not everybody can be what. Sometimes it depends on their personalities themselves. Because some people are just quiet.
Right.
You can have a good conversation with them, but their demeanor is just quiet. Maybe they can just sing. They can sing, and they prefer to sing because they don't have to have a conversation with someone.
Right.
Some people are not more upfront or whatever. So yes.
Yeah,
that's a good question.
Yeah, I think that's a good question. I think disposition means that you can serve in some ministries, but in other you can find your niche, right? You can find where you do serve well, but you have to be willing to serve. So the disposition will get you out of maybe, as you said, serving in a position where you have to be energetic or talk or be understanding or be caring or loving. But doesn't mean you can't work in the kitchen. Doesn't mean you can't, do cleanup or work in some other capacity. Maybe you work good with kids, but not with adults. Maybe you work good with adults and not kids. So you can find some place to be. You just have to pray and let God lead you to that place. But just being there, I think there's more to us than just being there.
That's the first time this ever happened. Two people agreed to what I said. Deacon Howell and Sean Francis. Whoa!
Well, that was their choice.
That was their choice, and it was a good choice.
It may take it back later.
But like last week's episode was to agree and disagree.
Okay. We're going down.
And that's my choice.
We're going to episodes. Okay, then.
So slip on. So choices in dealing with relationships. Now, a lot of times we hear about people who stay in abusive relationships. It's like they feel like they don't have a choice to get out of it. I mean, I had a cousin who stayed in a relationship with a guy who basically busted her jaw to the point where her jaws were wired. And then after that, she came to the realization that I got to get out of this. But before then, it was like, no matter what he did to her, it was all good. Some people feel like they can't get out of a situation.
So that becomes a biblical conundrum, right? If you really want to think about it. Mm-hmm. Marriage is supposed to be until death do us part, right? So can God save any marriage? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I always tell the people who are in that situation, did God put you together or did you choose that person yourself? Mm-hmm. If God put you together, there is nothing that God can't do to make it work. But you have to understand there are some marriages that you chose, not God. It's what God has put together. Mm-hmm. Let no man put asunder. Some of these things we have to be careful of, because you make a choice that wasn't God's choice. That's right.
Say that again, sir.
You make a choice that wasn't God's choice.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really where I think it lies. We have to be really careful.
Mm-hmm.
Really careful. We got some comments. We don't want to miss these comments. We love our people that watch us.
Deacon Howell said, I want the fellowship, but please, I said to please, but go to convocation because the Bible say we should meet once a year. Following God's word is important.
Amen.
Amen.
You should go to convocation because it is a time of gathering.
Fellowship one with another.
Right.
Lord,
And
We're talking about
comment.
old school versus new school, right?
Right.
Old school versus new school. I grew up. I have never missed a convocation in my life since I was 9 months.
I can't say that, unfortunately.
Well, it came in later, but
he had different choices.
Right.
Yeah.
I was different organisms that they call it.
Yeah. But I've never missed a convocation, whether it was whatever organization I was with. We went to convocation. It was something that just was embedded in me, and so for me, it's simple. It's like, okay, I got to go to convocation.
That was like in England too. In England, it's not that you didn't go. It's why weren't you at convocation? What happened to you? So you can't miss it. You couldn't miss a day because that would be the main topic. How come you wasn't at convocation?
Right.
You know what the crazy part is? And it was even the young people said it to each other. It wasn't like it was an older parent saying it to a young person. The young person would say, "I went to convocation this year. What's going on?" Yes. Now I never got that. Mark got that, but I never got that.
Well.
So Nadine's saying exactly to who?
Exactly. Mark.
Now this one I agree 100%.
Oh, dang.
She says everything that looks good is not good for you. 100% true.
Choices.
Exactly.
Some people, I've made bad choices. Everybody, you know what? Everybody's made a bad choice, right? Everything that looks good is not good for you. What was the worst choice that you guys made? It looked good, but you found out, and I don't care if it was food, what choice did you make? The worst thing that you said that looked good, but I shouldn't have made that choice.
No, I'm not gonna say me, but my friend, this is funny. This is my God bless his soul, because he passed away last year, and this is my postal friend. So we were both delivering mail. Okay. And I got there to his block before him. And it was a block where there was, I'll just say, transvestites. Okay. Then it was a whole apartment full. And I went in and it's like, hi. And I thought it was a young female, but it was a guy dressed out as a female. And she comes out and she's walking down the street. I come out to go to my truck. I see my boy driving down. He's a womanizer. He's driving down, and I could sing a woo, and I'm going, no, no, and he's going, woo, look at you, and he's leaning out the window, and I'm going, no, stop. And when he pulled over, I'm like, oh, I can't see this. When he pulled over, he said, the girl went, how you doing? All his car was like, I said, I try to warn you, but that was a choice, and I was trying to tell him, no, don't do it. But no, I wasn't in that predicament, but that was one of the funniest things my boy did.
Hey, Mark, what was yours, man? That's crazy. But Mark, what was yours?
People to do some stupid stuff, man. I'm sorry. But then we have the choice to, when we see them, still show love towards them.
Yes.
And that's a hard thing for us to do, to show love people who are walking in a way that's not according to what should be done. I'm sorry. You know what I'm doing over here, right?
Yeah, both of us.
You know what I'm doing. Because it was like a pause because
I had to laugh because
what was going on? I was like, okay, was my name being called?
This is all I saw, guys. This is all I saw. And yeah, but
because we both heard something that was like, nigga, call her name. Hey, look, I got a bunch of Brahmis on the show tonight.
Welcome.
My other sister.
Welcome.
Yeah.
What are you doing, man? Get your family over here, bro.
Birmingham.
You on tonight, man.
And they're from England.
Oof. From England.
Anyone ever tell you
we love you across the
I can't get on Zoom to be on a meeting because I'm in a different country.
That's ridiculous. They don't smack their heads.
But so Mark, what was yours? I got one, but what was yours? So before we go on, we got a couple things we got to hit.
Keep going. Because
you go do yours.
Go ahead.
Oh, do mine? Okay, so mine is like Simon's. It wasn't me. It was a choice that one of my friends made that I was a part of. So one of my friends, he decided that he was going to write a letter to this girl, and he asked me to help him. We were in high school, and I said, let's be careful. This girl's very pretty, blah, 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 blah. So he wrote a letter to this girl, and I helped him write the letter. It was a very nice letter. So he made the choice to bring it to the girl in school the night that we had a dance. So he brought it to the girl, gave it to the girl. She got it. She looked at him and walked away. And I said, strange. All right, well, no big deal. Well, later that night at the school gathering, this guy that is considered one of the toughest guys in our school comes walking up to him. I'm going to kill you. How dare you write a letter like that? I'm like, oh no, that's his girlfriend. And all I can think of is I had a part in my friend's death. So I had to literally talk the guy down. Hey man, he didn't mean it. Come on, bro. You know me. Da-da-da. And I felt so bad. This guy was ready to kill him. Sometimes you make a choice because of beauty, and you don't know what that person's dealing with. Who's with that person? You got to be careful. Okay. You unless you know how to fight, that he would have been dead. So that was my kind of bad choice. I don't make really bad choices other than everything I do in life. Every day almost, other than my wife and my kids. Those are my good choices. Thank God. Amen. Let's move on.
Well, my good choice was whether or not to ask my now wife out while she was dating someone else. So I thought about it. So you know what? I'm going to do it anyway because she was already seeing someone. So I asked her. She said no. But then I asked her a couple weeks later again. She said no. Then I asked her again. She said yes. 35 years later, we're still going strong. There you go.
Well, maybe I said that then because I was
that guy's listening right now.
Why he grinning so hard, man? What? Look at
that guy's probably listening to our show.
I turned to my right. I can see all his teeth. He grinning so hard.
Because he said he got game.
That's right.
He said, I got game. Third time's a charm.
The whole process was the feeling of maybe rejected, but you still went forward anyway. 3 times, asking 3 times, and finally she said yes. I don't know if she finally said yes because she got tired of me asking her, but she said yes.
Well, that's great. And that same person is saying, I'm in total agreement with Deacon Hal. It's about the fellowship. A lot of people don't realize how important it is and what they're missing. Amen, my sister. Amen.
Okay. Oh, my daughter comes. Might incriminate me. I can't say. No, type it, sir. Type it.
Put in there, Brother Frank.
Yeah, you can leave people's names out of it, but type it. Wow. Who's he saying wow to?
That was to your story about the guy who was whistling. Sorry. She was saying she was agreeing with me.
What?
I was agreeing with Pastor Rupert. Every marriage is not necessarily put together by God, and it says, "Till death do you part," not till you kill me.
I have to step up. One moment, right back.
Yes. Up everything. Where's the camera?
Are you back?
No.
Are you in it?
Everybody, so just so you all know that our 2 gentlemen are in another meeting also, so they had to step out. And I guess as he stepped out, he pulled a Shaquille O'Neal and pulled the thing with him. And so
he did a Shaka before.
Sorry about that.
No, but as it was going on, here go. My daughter got me. I guess I'm gonna make this quick. She said, "Dad, you got a story to tell too." Yes, I did, because when I was in England, and then when Rachel She came over with her parents to convocation in England, and I was taping, the tape reels that we used to have back then, the tape reels.
Right.
Yeah, I was taping, and when I saw her, I looked back at my boys on the choir and says, I'm gonna take, and of course he's like, that's Bishop's daughter from America. You can't even talk to her. Never mind. Hey, look. Next day, invited her, took her ice skating. Her parents were came to our house, and then I came over here. The choice I was, of course, the British girls were like, "Why you gotta go all the way to America?" Hey, she's beautiful, man. I mean, I'm not saying you're ugly, but I mean, the thing was, she said everybody was too afraid to talk to her because she was Bishop's daughter. And I don't have no sense in my head, so
I didn't say it.
He said it. He thought it. He's boom. So there you go. Thank you, Simone. Thank you, Simone. I said it.
I wasn't going to put it up, but I thought I had to put it up. I wasn't going to, but I said, let me put it up anyway.
Go ahead. Thank God you kept asking, Mark. I was thinking about the situation, and I'm thankful for making the right and choice.
You said the right and only choice.
Only. My bad. Next time, Anita.
That's right.
Put only in big capital letters.
Don't trip again, man. So wait a minute. Did he go to run to kiss his wife? Did he go upstairs to kiss his wife?
No, he's on the line.
Did he say, I need a date? I want to go for a big fat kiss.
No, Bishop says he's going to do his Monday night stuff. Yeah, but anyway, that's a choice that we had to do. We had to be on the meeting and do the show at the same time.
I'm just laughing here because everybody is all week they've been sweating how they're going to do this.
Yeah, we was.
And it's just a shame, but they're doing a good job. They're doing a good job. So let's talk about other choices we have to make, because there's choices about let's go to some of the natural stuff. We did a lot of church stuff. We did, wife, but choices that you make for yourself. What do you think is one of the most difficult choices people have to make outside of church, God? What's one of the most difficult choices people have to make? What do you think? What would you call
a football team you're going to support?
That is the number one.
Especially if you're in a city that is not your team.
That's me all day. But
it's not football. Choices. I think we talked about it earlier on. As soon as you get up in the morning, you have so many choices of what you have to do, or you got to do, or you might do. It's so broad about choices.
Yeah, and the choice you make, right, could either break your day or make your day or whatever it may be. But even from the fact, just you getting out of bed, sometimes a difficult choice. And I'm going to ask our audience, how have you ever had to cope with just dealing with getting out of bed? And some people have depression, but I'm just talking about just getting out of bed. So, man, I wish I didn't have to work, but you made the choice that you have to go to work. Right?
Yeah. Because even what you said before you wake up, you could be thinking about something, whether you got to pay this or you got to pay that. And the choice is, I'm going to pay this or I'm going to pay that. And then you don't get no sleep. Then you got a choice. Anxiety.
Bills, man. That's when you are struggling. I don't know if everybody. I know that most people at some point in their life have had to struggle, and it's like you said, which bill to pay? Am I going to pay this one, that one? That becomes.
I'm sorry, Mark was asked to pray out.
I think Bishop did that on purpose. Bishop was like, Mark, you pray.
Oh my God.
That'll be Mark's shortest prayer.
He had to pray out.
This is going to be his shortest prayer. It's the shortest prayer ever.
I'm back.
With these 12-second prayer.
I'm back.
Father God, we love you. We love you, God. You're the greatest.
He says, oh, that's right. You on that show. You on them crazy guys. So he knew.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. He said, them crazy guys.
But what was I saying before I got called out to a very important meeting?
It's not what you were saying. It's what we were saying about the choices. And we was talking about like getting up in the morning. There's so many choices. Mm-hmm. Then we start talking about anxiety because you may not get no sleep because your choice of paying this bill or this bill or this bill, and you only have a certain amount of money to pay one of those or two of those bills out of three.
And that's a good choice because are you gonna pay that bill to keep that roof over your head, or are you gonna pay that bill to put food in your stomach? So you're juggling. And that's a choice you have to make in life.
Exactly.
And we've all been there. And Brother Francis brought this one up, which is a tough one too. It's a difficult choice, but I think this goes back to, anything. What's weird is I have seen people stay together in which there's been infidelity on both sides, or one guy or what has continually done it, but yet God had put together so it stayed together and finally it worked. Mm-hmm. Whereas I've seen ones where, there was no infidelity. They just broke up because they didn't feel like being together anymore. And it's crazy, right? So marriage is a tough one because I think that, again, that really falls on God. So yes and no, but let's go. We were saying bills is a tough one to make choices on. I want to say a tough one is having kids or not.
Oh, whoa.
I think that's a tough one. I think that choice.
But even with that, I think the one statement I hear a lot of people say is that they have to save up to have kids. You can't save up to have kids. There's no dollar amount when it comes to it because you're going to be supporting kids even sometimes well into their 30s. I mean, truth be told. I mean, you have some kids who leave and then they come back home. So you're going to be supporting kids. So there's really no way or mathematical, can't get the word out. No plan in place that you can really put for trying to raise kids.
But like I said, it's the times have changed so much because before parents had 6, 7, 8, 9 children all in the house. But now we're living in a society where everything is expensive, everything is all different now. So you may want to have 4 or 5 children, but you're like, 2's the cutoff, bro. Yeah. 3, we pushing it, but 2's the cutoff. So that's some difficult choices that married people have right now. And of course, not a lot of people now are married when they're having their children. So that's a different thing right there.
But also, you look at the amount of kids people had back then. They had them because of the farm. The more kids you had, the more you had to work for
workers.
Workers.
Also,
but then there's like the husband works and the mother stay home and watch the kids.
True.
Let's be serious. There was a lot more time.
It was a lot more time.
Especially in March.
Yeah.
Especially in March.
In today's world, right? We have people who both people work. You go to sleep, you're dead tired. You go to bed at 11 or 10 o'clock, you're dead tired. You got to get up at 6. You don't have time to, the weekends come when you're happy.
No, we're gonna leave time alone because some people go to bed.
You're right. Some people
get up to 2 in the morning.
That's right. So that don't work for me.
It don't work.
Everybody's chemistry is different.
1 out of every 3,002,500. He's not for that.
My coworker gonna say, "Mark, what time do you go to bed?" I go, around like 9 or 10. And what time you get up? 1 o'clock.
I feel guilty if I text him at 9 o'clock.
I keep telling her, you can call me. I mean, maybe to be a moment just to see who you are. That we're good.
You're a different seat. You're from a different cloth. How to manage the money God allows you to earn. Yeah, that's a difficult one too. How to manage, but we're talking about how to manage that money, right?
It is 8:15 already, Nelly. Oh,
Wow.
We nearly finished. Subscribe, press the like, share us, please share us. We appreciate everybody that comes on the line.
Yes.
Even though we were trying to do two things at the same time.
And we did it.
We did it.
And that was our choice.
We love you, Bishop.
Did Simon learn how to rap?
It almost sounded like it, didn't it?
What did I say?
You said we were trying to do two things on the line, and we're trying to do two things at the same time. I was like, Simon, rapper now.
I should have been beat.
We gotta give you a beat. We gotta give you a beat next time, man. Wow. All right, wait. I had a comment out here.
Yeah.
Our children choice edition. Both.
Oh.
Both. Some dude just show up, man.
Some dude just show up now.
Yeah.
You my daddy.
Who?
Wait a minute. That was a different show up she's talking about.
Yes, okay, my bad. Okay.
You my daddy.
You my daddy.
Hey, who's the door? Who's this little girl at the door?
Mama said, you my daddy.
Oh my God.
Tom Moipovich.
Ooh.
Hey, the next one, I agree with. The choice of a career and when to retire.
When to retire is the big
When
one.
to retire, yes.
2 more years, bro. 2 more years.
But yes, it is harder than what people think. Yes. When
So
to
Simon,
retire.
you're the only one on here retired, kinda.
Yes.
Was it the right time? Like now you look back at it, was it the right time?
I'm always going to say it's the right time because it goes. Because two things were going on. First of all, I had knee issues. Okay. I had knee issues, and being a mailman, your legs are, I mean, it's important.
Yeah.
And I'm going up and down, in and out of truck. I mean, I probably could have done it a long time. But then you sit down with people from the post office, the advisors and everything, and they tell you, you keep laughing at me, man. So anyway, and you have choices. So yes, I was ready. And plus, things weren't going so well in the post office on how it was working, and it was making us do stuff that was just ridiculous. But just me saying that, since I retired, I've known there's 11 people in my post office alone where I work have retired from the time I retired to this day. And because it's too much wear and tear.
So, but now, what about your choice now to do what you're doing now?
Oh, I love this show.
They're not this.
See, our studio audience, this is what we have to deal with. Okay.
No. Okay, then I'm sorry, Pastor. No, I'm gonna move it.
Look, you got to do it. He got his hands on his head.
This is the great thing about it is like more family time, especially with the grandchildren. They all know when it comes to the grandchildren, I have that time to do it and not to wait until I'm really either hurt, bad injury, or not mobile enough to do anything. I'm thankful that I can do that now. And with the grandchildren, just to be there and have fun with the family as we have these moments together. So yes, I'm not going to regret not retiring.
All right.
To me, it's the right time.
And Mark, what about you? You said 2 more years. Now, what happens in 2 years if you can't retire? You have to make a different choice. What then?
Oh, well, put it this way. In 2 years, I plan to retire. My wife plans to retire. So we're going to try to retire together. Ooh. And then we'll see what God has for us next.
Ooh, now I'm in trouble now. My wife's been wanting to retire for about 5 years. She said she's not.
We're not helping you. We're not helping you.
You're not helping me either. And I keep saying, yeah, baby, next year. And I've been like, no, not next year. Just do a little bit longer. I actually went back to work. I wasn't retired, but I was, doing self. Now, this is another thing was that I decided that I want to be an entrepreneur and do my own business. I'm telling you about choices that we make.
But you're not even in your 50s yet.
I wish. I'm 55, bro.
Yeah, but see, well, everybody knows now. But the that's just another part of retirement. Right. Age also
it's a factor.
Is a good factor. So depending on your job or your benefits, how that works, everyone's different. So age is a good factor with that too. So
well, he just said a good word about benefits, because that leads to the question about consumer choices. How people buy cars and they can't afford them. They'll buy homes, they can't afford them. They buy clothing to make themselves look like they got money when they don't. So those consumer choices can get you in trouble. Your credit card bills will go ching, and you don't have enough coming in to support what you have going out.
Let's talk to those young people.
Come on.
Young people.
All three of you.
And the ones who are listening and not typing.
Yeah.
And the ones that listen later on. Listen to this. The choices, consumer choices mean something. You might say, I'm young, I'm going to do it now. But those choices that you make may hurt you later on.
Absolutely.
Always choose the best thing for not just today, but for your future. Because you have one. That's my advice.
Yeah.
If you're not thinking about, I looked yesterday at the cost of homes. Young people, if you are not saving for a home, you're in trouble, because home prices are ridiculous. Ridiculous. I saw a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It might have been 1,700 square feet, $500,000.
Yeah, I believe it.
$500,000. Every young person is going to be moving south.
Now, look, my whole family nearly coming on here. So Sabrina says, heard. What did you heard? just type underneath who you responding to. You heard.
Hey, you called me an elder. You just called me old.
Oh my God!
You just called me old. He said, always listen to your elders who will steer you in the right direction. You called me old. You didn't say, Rupert, you're old. You can say the right. I don't understand it.
But you know,
I thought me and Nita were friends.
You are. But the thing that gets me is that I see people, like a lot of the young people, they'll spend over $100 for a pair of tennis shoes. But yet they don't have enough money to pay rent or whatever the case may be. Their priorities are messed up in general when you're not putting your money where it should be. But again, that's your choice. You work for it. It's your choice how you want to spend it. But you said it clearly. What decision you make with your finances today may benefit you later on in life.
Oh, I see my daughter has wisdom like her father. All the above, lots of wisdom. She went the safe way out.
You're not.
Rupert.
You're my good friend.
Thank you. I was feeling my bones cracking for a second. But
we got 10 minutes to go.
But think about it. How many people get caught up in the choices when it comes to credit cards?
So,
I mean, go ahead.
So 2 good things. One, a credit card has its benefits, right? Because you have to get your credit. So you have to grow credit. The only way you can do it is through credit cards and through debt. But then again, you shouldn't overspend. Having one credit card, you shouldn't overspend, right? So that's what we got to be real careful about.
Before you say that, I gotta say this name though. Says good evening. The first time we've seen the real wise one.
I missed that one.
I'm saying that right?
The real wise one.
The real wise one. I like that.
That's a nice name. I like
wise
that.
one.
Okay.
Who are you?
Welcome.
Wise
Welcome.
one. Yeah. We are glad to have you, wise one. Keep joining us every week. We want to hear some of your wisdom.
Make sure you subscribe.
Press the button.
Hit subscribe.
Share. Okay. Young people, if you're not saving towards retirement, you're in trouble again. Please save.
That's right.
Yeah.
Save.
Okay.
Got you. Get your if you're working, get your 401k. Don't wait. Get your 401k. Get it going.
No, babe, why you gonna put yourself on blast like that? Why you won't put yourself on better? But you're doing better. You're doing better.
Rupert,
You're doing better.
Rupert. She came up with a spender, but I do pay my. Let me cover my back before I finish.
He just straight up saying, she said, look, I have choices, and I choose to spend, but I choose to tithe too, so don't get it wrong. So you're right, Anita. I'm with you. If you tithe, then God's got your back. Oh, go ahead.
That's
She
right.
made sure she put that in.
That's it. That's it.
Hey, Marlon, the wise one. I know 4 Marlins. You're gonna have to give me better than that. I can't see your picture.
That could be Marlon, my nephew. Is that Marlon, my nephew?
Is that Marlon, your nephew?
You don't know your
You don't know
family,
your family, bro?
I can't see the picture, but that could be my nephew. Is that my nephew? Marlon, is that my nephew? If that's you, my nephew, thank you. I told him to watch us. I told him this week to watch, and he could be watching. So that's my nephew. I think.
Hopefully.
I hope he's your nephew.
You didn't know he was the wise one?
or it could be one of those the kids you didn't know you had. What?
Are you my uncle?
Is he?
Yep, your nephew.
Yeah, your nephew.
Your nephew.
He's one of those Easter people, man.
Right.
No, I just told him we had a good conversation this weekend. Me and him were talking. Good. I told him, watch your show. We're talking about choices.
Good.
And he came on. So, bro, thank you for joining.
He made a big choice.
Your ed team.
All of you made a good choice to join us tonight.
I'll see you at convocation, Mom.
I don't know why you're going to give a convocation, but.
Oh, so pastor, being a pastor,
yes,
choice. Do you give your tithe net, or do you give your tithe at gross?
Good question. Here's my answer. For everybody listen, for all the tithers, please listen very closely. Your tithe is supposed to be based on your income. So if you tithe based on your gross, when you get your tax return, you do not have to tithe on your tax return because you've already tithed on that money because that was your gross.
Right.
If you tithe on your net, that means that your taxes have come out already, and that income from the taxes now. So when you get your tax return back, that's new income to you. You need to tithe on that. That's my answer. I can prove it numerically that I'm correct. Some other pastors may say otherwise, but I can prove it numerically.
You the pastor.
You the pastor.
I'm not everybody's pastor. That's not it.
But that's a good point you made, because some people need to understand that. Do you pay net or gross, and how it affects when you do your taxes? So that's a good point.
Yeah. So there you help people out.
Mm-hmm.
One of my best choices was to listen to a friend who nearly forced me to join a 401k program, especially when I didn't want to. Now I'm reaping the benefits. Amen, my sister. I had the same thing happen to me.
All the way.
Yes.
Same thing happened to me. I got into my job the first couple of years. I did not get my 401k. Somebody said to me, "You've got to get your 401k, and it will benefit me in the long run when I retire." So,
especially in retirement, yes, it's just sitting there.
That's it, because usually in corporate America, they make almost like that's part of the welcome package, that you need to sign up for it. Mm-hmm. It's not really a choice. It's like almost like a mandatory type of thing.
Well, you can choose to how much you put in, or you can say no. Like at the first few years, I said no, but I chose to put in. Then I found out after my first year, I'm going to max because they matched.
Yeah, they matched
this month. I'm like, wait a minute, that's money they're giving me that I'm not getting.
Exactly. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I just gave the most, and then to match whatever their matching was. So
believe me, I love looking at my 401 statement going, but not leave alone.
that helps. It helps you make that retirement decision.
So we have 4 minutes to go. So
wow.
So I'm going to do this. Why did you both choose Manchester United? Why?
Oh, okay.
Why? I have my answer. Mine is simple.
No, go. Why?
The first game I ever watched was Man U versus somebody, and I just said, you know what, I'm picking Man U, and I just kept them since then. And literally, it's how I picked all my teams.
How long ago was that?
Oh God, that was in the 80s.
Wow,
that was in the 80s.
Before I got here.
Yeah, that was in the 80s. That was long. That was a long time ago because that was when they were winning championships.
Well, that part I know because I was over there then. So what was
my son was playing soccer since he was in 3rd grade. But when he got to junior high and high school, that's when he started watching the Premier League, and he started watching Man United. I started watching it with him. It's like, okay, I don't like this team. So I stuck with him ever since because he was watching it. I started watching. It was a father-son thing. It was our Saturday morning ritual to watch the game together. And we still, if he was still here, we'd still be doing it now, but we call each other while the game is on. So that's how that started.
And to tell you the truth, I didn't know nothing about Premier League until at the time there was an American League. And
it's Division 1, Division 2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But when they went off, I was like, oh man, there's no more. And then I would turn to Channel 29 before cable and I'd watch
oh Channel 29. Channel 29. What's that? Wait a minute. So both of you, name one player when you first picked your team.
I would say probably Wayne Rooney.
No, I knew.
You 80s. Yeah, come on. You was in the 80s.
Berbatov was there when I was there.
Dang. See, I can go way back before that.
Who else? Scholes, I think, just finished. He was in his late years. But I'm trying to think of who Percy came later because he came later on with Rooney. But there was somebody before. I forget who their top. There might have been. I forget who their top scorer was. It could have been Scholes. It was a long time ago.
Scholes was their top scorer.
Yeah, Scholes would have been their top scorer. I think.
See, I guess my advantage of being in England, we got 2 minutes. Was one of their greatest was George Best, Dennis Law, all these players back then when they was winning their trophies, and Liverpool was like Kevin Keegan. See, I can go all these, and with me, when I was 10, my mother allowed me to go to a soccer, which is Birmingham City. I'll get all booze and everything, but I'm still loyal to them. But I was 10 years old. I could only go with her brother, and he took me. So when we went, we played Leeds United. I think I told you the story. And the very first game I went, it was like halfway. It was halftime. Then in the middle of the second half,
yeah, that's in a minute.
A brick came over and it hit the net and went back. So there was a net separating the fans, Leeds and us. And I turned right to I go, Alan, please don't tell my mom. Please don't tell her. She won't let me come no more. That's how that was.
So that was your choice.
That was my choice
to tell your uncle.
Not to say anything for my safety.
Wow. Hey, we had another good show tonight. Guys,
it went so fast.
I said we thank everyone who came on tonight, all your comments and responses. So it's been a good show. A good show. And next week's gonna be a good show as well. We don't know the name of the show yet, but we'll let you know what that will be soon.
We're gonna choose that one.
We're gonna choose that one.
We'll have a choice that
one. So stay tuned next week.
Do it.
Right here, stay.
Wait, hold it.
Shout out to the national champions, South Carolina. Yeah.
I forget. We got Bishop's on here. He always talks about he's from something Creek, South Carolina.
Yes, so I got you, Creek.
So Goose Creek.
Yeah, so Goose Creek,
Goose Creek, South Carolina. We Bishop Bullison sometimes, or Bishop Bull from Darlington, South Carolina. To Pastor Lorick from Columbia, South Carolina, and from our boys. Oh my God, we got to remember the Colin and all those folks from South Carolina. Congrats.
Can you say you're welcome, please? We're waiting for you.
Okay, wait a minute. Hey, we're out. Guess what?
You're welcome.
He did it again.
All right, everybody.
He did it again.
I didn't do it again.
It's
Tell them I wasn't late, please.
So let them know.